Have you ever watched a show where a character storyline feels oddly overlooked? Um, that's exactly what happened with Paul in A Year in the Life. Uh, his abrupt disappearance from Rory's life in the Gilmore Girls revival exposed a glaring flaw in her character's development. Before we dive deeper, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit that like button. Now, let's talk about what really went wrong with Paul's character and what this meant for Rory. Um, in the original Gilmore Girls series, Rory Gilmore's journey was front and center. Uh, we saw her grow from a bookish high schooler to a driven young woman grappling with the real world. Uh, um, Her romantic relationships were important, but they didn't overshadow her personal growth. And whether it was Dean, Jess, or Logan, um, each relationship shaped Rory's evolving sense of self uh, and how they got like a year in the life. The government would like disappearance before. So this this revival series didn't emphasize Rory's past loves as much. Instead, it pushed Rory into new territory, like her somewhat messy involvement with Logan, despite her relationship with Paul. Um, Now, that may sound like just another complicated love triangle, but here's where things get tricky. They say uh, Paul was a character who had been in Rory's life for about 2 years, yet the show made it clear that Rory had entirely forgotten about him. Not only did she cheat on him, but she also seemed indifferent to his existence. This wasn't just a sign of growing pains or a failing relationship. It felt like a joke that didn't quite land, but instead left viewers wondering why the show treated Paul's character so carelessly. Rory's forgetfulness about Paul highlights a larger issue with A Year in the Life. The tone felt harsher and more detached than the original series. The warm, witty vibe that made it so endearing seemed lost. Instead, the revival felt colder, especially when Rory's relationship with Paul became part of an ongoing gag. One of the more unsettling moments came when um, Lorelai told Rory to end things with Paul, um, but it didn't feel like a motherly intervention. Um, it was just another punchline. Compare that to the original show, where Lorelai would have handled it with tough love, not a casual dismissal. Um, and even Luke, who had met Paul before, didn't remember him, which felt completely out of character. And while there were some enjoyable moments in A Year in the Life, the treatment of Paul was a stark reminder that the revival wasn't quite capturing the heart of the original show. Um, what was once a family-centered, emotionally resonant drama now seemed a bit too willing to discard meaningful characters for the sake of a punchline. But hey, at least we got a laugh. Though it wasn't at Paul's expense, I hope. But with that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.